Welcome back to 3 for the Money. If you have not yet opted in for our code, I'm here to tell you still can using the code MONEY3. That's MONEY 3. When you use the code MONEY3 on the Action 24/7 Sportsbook, you will receive a $250 risk-free bet on your first bet. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. Let's get to it.
Okay, we're here. We're back. It's 3 for the Money. New episodes every Thursday. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Chris is giving out picks on the daily. And we're here and we're back. How are we since last epi? How was your darkness retreat?
My darkness retreat.
Yeah, because you were
That's what
gone.
we called it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Glad to know you watched the episode.
I watched the episode. I watched until Bandit crawled up onto the table.
That was cute.
And then I was like, well, that's it.
It can't get better than this.
It can't.
It didn't. So.
I know. No, it was kind of awful. I was sick from the haters,
Right.
obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I was physically ill.
Mhm.
So, but I'm doing much better now. Doing great. Feel good.
Happy for you.
Happy. Since I wasn't on last week, I went 6-0 on opening day
Of baseball.
of baseball,
MLB.
which was
Congratulations.
fantastic. I don't watch baseball at all, but shot in the dark, just bullseye.
Opening day was good. Yeah.
Bullseye. But that shouldn't be the headline to start out.
Shouldn't.
Will is certified college hockey god.
Yes.
Giving out Quinnipiac plus 380, 375?
375.
375 on the Action 24/7 Sportsbook.
That was
At the time of the Final Four. He called it, and man, what a game.
Can we
Can
talk
we-
about that game?
Yeah, can we-
definitely.
I wanna run through your emotions through that.
So, at the start of the game, I was at a bar, and I was like, I have to watch this. I have a massive future on it. So I just watching it at this bar on my phone.
How many units did you have on that?
That was
Like 10? 10 units?
Holy shit.
no, it wasn't 10.
Okay.
It was like
10 units on a future.
it was like 7.
That's
7
still
units.
a lot for a future.
Yeah.
You, man,
He knows
you
what he
gonna doubt
wants.
the man?
Yeah.
Not
I mean,
anymore. Ever.
I did my research. I looked into it, but I was at a bar and they were playing Quinnipiac, Minnesota, in the championship. Minnesota scored a goal in like the first few minutes, and I became extremely depressed at this bar. And everybody around me is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No,
No,
No, no.
game's over.
no, this is terrible." So that happened, and then I was like, "All right, I'm going to put this away, and we're going to go home, and then I'm going to continue watching it." And so I caught the last few minutes of the first period, and all of the first period just seemed like Minnesota was the better team. They had them hemmed in their zone. They could not get that puck out, and they hardly got any shots on Minnesota's netminder. And I almost had a heart attack. That was like the longest 18 minutes of my life. And then the second period, Minnesota scores again. I became extremely more depressed.
Because at that point, it looks like Minnesota's covering the puck line.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for old Will here. And then Quinnipiac got a quick one, and I was like, okay, all right, we're back. This is a game. And then for the rest of the game, for like 3/4 of the second period, and for the rest of the third period, this was Quinnipiac's game. If you're listening to this and you're like, I don't know anything about college hockey. But if you know a little bit about the NHL, Quinnipiac is kind of like the Islanders if they had an offense. This is like if the Islanders could score goals. So the rest of that game, they were in Minnesota zone. They were winning faceoffs. That was the big determining factor in
Differential.
yeah, the differential in the game really. They just kept winning offensive zone faceoffs and just kept peppering the net with pucks. And it was 2-1 game going into the third period. And granted, I haven't watched a ton of college hockey this season, but the broadcast team at the second intermission were all just talking like Quinnipiac's going to win. Like they have them right where they want them. They're down 1. They can win these greasy goal games. They just need a greasy goal, and that's exactly what happened.
Because they were on the power play
With 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left, and they pulled their goalie.
Yeah,
That's
it was
an insane move.
it was in.
I don't
it
think
was
that-
insane.
I don't think that's an insane move.
It's not an insane move. It's
I
There
think
was 30 seconds left in the power play.
right.
it's just
But
insane
when
to,
they pulled the goalie.
Yeah,
to watch it.
So-
Is insane. Like it's like especially in the national.
So I didn't get to watch the game until overtime. I was at a movie. I saw Air, by the way, the
Yeah.
Michael Jordan shoe movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great movie. Go see it. But I got back just in time before puck drop, so I didn't know like really all the plays that like went on
story of
before-
the
the
game.
story of the game.
yeah.
But,
Wait, so you just
Yeah,
saw overtime?
continue.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
continue.
So they pull the goalie. 3 minutes left in the game. 30 seconds left on the power play. They just score a greasy goal, and they tied it up. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened. My heart's been racing at like 180 beats per minute, for like half an hour. Like I've almost had a heart attack. And they tied it up, went to OT, and I was like, okay, this has been their game. They're just gonna play their game. They're gonna block shots. They're gonna make saves. They roll 4 lines. They never play line matchup. This coach, I did a little research on this coach. He doesn't play line matchups because that gets a little too confusing. And so, some people have fresher legs than others.
Mhm.
He makes sure you have the fundamentals of like playing defense. So like he was rolling 4 lines against like Matthew Nyes and Logan Cooley and Pitlick and all these superstars on this college hockey team.
Matthew Nyes just signed a entry-level deal with the Leafs
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that's how good like these kids are.
These are NHL players.
Yeah, like this kid's gonna play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
That's insane.
Yeah.
one of the Hughes brothers just
Yeah.
played last night for
Mhm.
the Devils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Jack.
Yeah.
The other one.
The other one.
Yeah. So he rolls 4 lines. He had 4th liners against these superstars, and they were shutting them down. It was incredible. It was crazy. It was awesome. And then goes to OT. What? 7 seconds in?
If
10.
that, yeah.
10 seconds in?
10.
Just a regular play that they have just
Yeah, the
odd man
post game
rush.
the post game interview, they were like the kid who scored, he was like, we've practiced that 100 times. Literally 100 times.
That was.
And it looked and like so I wanna like kinda rewind to when I got to watch it.
Okay.
So when I got back, so I wasn't at my house.
Mhm.
I was house sitting for a friend.
Yeah.
And I could not get their YouTube TV to work. I could not get it to work. And like it would like come on and then like pause.
Ugh,
And I was just like,
that's weird.
what is going on? And I was like turning off the TV. I was like restarting the internet like during like the intermission. And then finally I got it to work. And then they dropped the puck. And then the first they had 2 face-offs for overtime. They had one face-off
and then a puck went into the bench on the face-off, so they had to do it again.
Oh yeah.
And then I was
forgot
like,
about that.
okay, so I can just like sit back, relax. I had just poured myself like a new drink. Like I was like prepared to
Settle
be
in.
there. I was settled in. I was prepared to be there for a while.
That's hilarious.
And then like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna watch some college hockey. I'm just gonna relax, not think too much about this because I also took the future
Mhm.
because got to ride.
Got to ride.
Also had money line, but if you have the future, why
Yeah.
not?
I
why
had
not
too
take
much on it, so
Why not take?
I didn't take the money line either, but
But yep. So I was settled in.
Jesus.
Sorry, kicked me. Settled in, and I was like relaxing, and then they passed it to the right D, and I was just like, okay, they have possession, passed it up to the right wing, and I was just like, go, go, go. And then he passed it across to the left wing, and he made this crazy move around the goalie, and I was just like, I jumped up out of my seat. I was going insane.
That
I was going
yeah,
nuts.
That rocked.
What a feeling.
That
yeah,
rocked.
that was
What a feeling.
incredible. I was screaming, yelling. Nobody was here. And man, that was just you don't get rushes like that every day.
No, but when they scored in the third period, I got the notification on my phone,
Mhm.
and I messaged our group chat, and I was like, "This is why we do it.
Mhm.
This is why we do it."
Yeah.
And the overtime, that is why
yeah,
we do
that's
it.
what
Yeah.
you live
That
for.
is what
It's
you
moments
live
like
for.
that.
Yeah,
For
that
moments
was,
like that. It doesn't come often,
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
but when it comes, you are sky high. You are on the
Yeah.
moon. You are cloud nine. Like you are just high of highs. Like you are feeling so great
Mhm.
because that is your pick.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yes.
Future in the national championship in
Yeah.
overtime.
I was
Like,
right.
It is.
You were right.
Yeah.
And we all applaud you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We all applaud you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, that was a great win. I got all the boys in the group chat to ride with me, and that was such
On
an
the
incredible
on the
feeling.
money line, not on the future.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had the future.
Oh, you had the future?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I took it when we talked about it.
Yeah.
however
That's
long
when I
ago.
took it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, well, okay.
yeah. I'm up big now, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
use my winnings to maybe buy a little Quinnipiac merch.
Yeah, you
I
have
mean, you
to.
have to.
Yeah, I have
You
to.
have to
know?
buy like a shirt
You have
or
to.
a hat.
Yeah, don't spend
or-
it all, but you have to use.
You have to use some
something.
proceeds
Yeah.
to support their
Yeah.
team.
That's what I did last year when I rode Miami, and then instead of a tournament, I bought a shirt. I didn't do that this year. I didn't really ride anyone this year. Anyway.
So yeah, I think I can say I'm a Bobcat now.
You definitely should be.
I think this is my college hockey team.
Go back to back next year.
It probably doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't happen like a lot.
I
That doesn't
know.
happen a lot in
Didn't know
college
if you
hockey.
want to feel a little frisky.
That'd be wild.
Will you remind me of the coach's name?
Rand.
That guy rocks.
Yeah, that guy rocks.
Okay.
His first name's Rand. I forgot his last name.
Rand has been the
Starts with a P.
coach for 29 years.
Yeah.
He is the winningest college hockey coach in NCAA currently.
Rand Pecknold.
Pecknold?
Pecknold.
Okay.
Was it him in the post game interview when he was like doing it? He's like, "Can I hug you? Like,
Yeah.
I need to hug
Yeah.
someone."
Yeah.
I was like, "This
Yeah.
guy rocks."
Yeah, I
dude.
mean, like, you work for almost 30 years and have
Yeah.
the best record of any college hockey coach in the nation, and you win your first title,
like
and it
that.
takes you 29 years,
Insane.
and you win it like that. Like, you're going to be emotional.
Oh yeah, no,
You're gonna
that's
be
I
emotional.
loved it.
Like, I loved it too. Like, man,
It was incredible.
I loved everything
yeah.
about that. Like,
I
I'm very sad I didn't get to watch the whole game,
I only watched the third period,
but
oh my god, it was.
and I'm glad.
I
'cause
was incredibly depressed.
I would have been like you the entire time. If they were down 2-0, like, what am I doing?
I was like, this is over.
But, like, I would have loved the build
the
up.
ride.
The
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ride, like your emotional ride was probably a lot better than mine was.
Yeah.
Because like when I got out of the movie, they were only down by 1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, well, they could still turn it around.
Right.
And then I got the notification. I was just like, hey,
Let's go.
we're all right. We're all right. We
We're all
still have
right.
a chance. We still have a chance. But I would have liked to rode that emotion. Like, is that right? Rode that emotion.
Ridden?
No.
No.
It's road.
Ridden that emotion.
Rode that emotion.
Yeah, I get. I mean, road is the past.
I don't know
tense.
grammar, dude. I'm very bad at.
This isn't
English.
a grammar podcast, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
What do we know?
Not much.
I know that I'm a winner.
At least he's humble.
Yeah. Well,
I don't blame you. I'd be.
I mean, let's see, I put like 7 units on it. That was like more than triple. I'm
Yeah.
up like 25 units. Something like that.
Proud of you.
Yeah. I
massive
gotta
hit.
I didn't
Hey.
put that. I only put like. I think I put a unit on it,
Mhm.
which
I
is
put-
still.
I put a unit on it, but
Mhm. I don't bet like a lot. So like this was like a huge deal for me.
yeah.
This was like the biggest bet I've ever placed.
Which was like what I'm trying to get at is like riding your emotion through that would have been incredible.
Yeah.
I think like the ups and the downs
Yeah.
would have totally been worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think that Minnesota going up by 2 was worth it?
Yeah.
Like
Wish they got up by 4.
It's like it was somebody.
Well, if I'm gonna be like down, let's just go as far down as we can. If
Right,
we're,
but
if
like-
we're gonna come out of it, let's just go as far down
Okay.
as we can.
sure, but like
It's like
would you have rather rode the emotional high that you were riding of thinking this is dead? Or would you have rather Quinnipiac go up by like 5 and just like
Coast.
and just coast?
well at the time I wish they had gone up by 5.
Sure.
Well, yeah,
Obvious-
but
like,
at the end of the
obviously.
day,
but it's
at the end
been
of the day-
it's been 5 days
Mhm.
now. How do you think you feel about it now?
I'm ecstatic. It's
Do you
it's almost like
would you have changed anything about the game?
no.
Okay.
No, it was. I mean it's almost like this is a story that came out of Hollywood. That's kind of
Yeah.
an exaggeration, but
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
but it's
No,
like
yeah.
it's like
That's
a
what
movie.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
out of
You
a
wanna-
win.
you want to feel the.
It's like
emotions.
sometimes like you want like an easy win.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to work for it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I definitely get that.
Yeah.
Have that feeling of like a
The ride's half the fun.
like a bet being dead and then a slight backdoor cover and it's like oh my god. But I mean like first period they were not the better team, and that was clear and evident, and you can easily see that in college hockey, like who is the better team, much like in a lot of collegiate sports you can just tell who's the better team. But nothing, there were no lines in this game that was like, oh, that's a trap. It was
I think it was set very fairly.
Quinnipiac was,
A dog.
and that's correct.
Yeah.
Because they don't have superstars. They don't.
Yeah.
They just have character dudes that block shots with their face.
They're just gutsy dudes.
Just
Awesome.
hockey guys.
Just hockey guys. Yeah.
So I've
kinda-
been on
it's
cloud
kind of
nine.
incredible how the NCAA basketball and hockey both won national championships in the state of Connecticut.
Is the state of Connecticut back?
Were they ever in?
I mean, UConn, that was their 5th natty. So
Well, yeah, but like,
I don't know.
did that state ever win another like
I mean, they've
title
been
in the same year?
dominated. Oh, in the same year, I don't know, but they've been dominating women's basketball for
Yeah.
20 years. It feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Michael Jordan had a joke about that in The Last Dance. He was chirping someone about how they went to UConn, and he was like, "That's a women's basketball school."
That's good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move it along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Chris, how did
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Mr. XFL.
Yeah, okay.
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
21-9.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not
First
bad at all.
losing week.
But
I
First-
mean, I didn't like the board.
yeah.
But the one that I did love was the one I won.
Okay.
But the rest of them I didn't like. I like the Guardians, but other than that, I wasn't feeling it. It was a bad week. I could kind of sense it, but can't win them all.
Right.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, 21-9 is still pretty damn good.
And we're heading to the playoffs.
I think there's 2 more weeks. Yeah, this is week 9 coming up, and then we got week 10, and then playoffs, which I think is like 2
okay.
rounds. But
Oh, okay. Because there's only 8 teams.
there's only 8 teams, and I think 4 make the playoffs.
That would
I
make
think
sense.
yeah, it's 2 semis and
Yeah.
then the championship.
Okay,
So I'm
okay.
pumped.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, it had to be addressed.
21-9 ain't bad.
I got to get back this week though.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yeah.
But you went on an absolute incredible XFL
8
run.
weeks of not losing.
2 weeks of.
No, or yeah, well 8
You went
weeks.
8-0.
Yeah. Well, no, I went 8 weeks.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
8 weeks in the season of being ahead or even.
Right.
Of not losing money.
Of not
essentially.
losing money
Yes.
in the XFL. 8
Which-
weeks. 8 weeks in the XFL.
So pumped.
This
That's
is just
incredible.
a slight bump in your road.
Yeah.
This isn't a
I
stop
mean, it
of a
wouldn't
streak.
be. It wouldn't be fun if I just like ran the gauntlet the whole way.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's not even entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
You gotta have some adversity.
It's exactly what I was just talking
Yes,
about. Like,
exactly.
you have
You
to
gotta-
ride the
you gotta
emotions.
ride it.
Yeah.
I was getting too I needed it. It was a good loss. It was a good loss.
Good loss. Good loss.
I was
week.
getting too
I
complacent.
like it.
You gotta
Yeah.
be on my toes.
Yeah.
I like it.
You got to stay sharp. I like it.
Yeah.
Talking about like this is life or death.
Yeah.
Like,
We're okay. We're okay.
if Chris doesn't go 3-1 in the XFL, we're dead.
Ugh.
What were we gonna talk?
So what else about you this past week?
I had a Masters future. I had a Brooksy top 10, like plus 325. But I ended up barely coming out ahead because I also had DJ and Cam Smith top 5, and they were nowhere close. But the Masters was wild. Good for Rom. Brooksy choked. But
Is Ron part of Live?
No.
No?
no, he's
Okay.
Brooks is.
Brooks is?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Phil also is, and he tied for second,
Okay.
which
So,
was insane.
I had a future on Brooksy the
To
second day of the Masters when
Yeah.
he was up -10.
He was at
I
12.
believe.
Yeah,
12.
could have been more.
Yeah.
Like he was 12 under. He could have been about 15.
It was the only Masters.
He left
that
a
I
few
had.
birdie putts like short, at least 3. Yeah, which sucks.
I didn't watch any of it.
He
but
lost by I don't remember how much. I didn't.
He lost by 1, right?
No, I think he lost by. I don't remember. He lost by a few because he shot like a 4 over on the last day.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I tried to keep up with it, but I can't watch golf without like falling asleep.
That's part of it, honestly.
I don't like that.
It's just taking a nap because I mean it's on all day.
I know. I don't.
Take a little nap, you come out of it, and it's still on.
I like just like a 3-hour period where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, watch this game, and then I'm gonna move on with my life.
Golf's also a good thing. It's like it's on in the background, and you just do some stuff, and you like pop up. You hear the guy you bet on's name, and you pop up, watch that. All right, back to whatever I was doing.
It's background sport.
That's fair.
It is, but then like the weekend, you want to watch it because then obviously the field's cut in half, and you got the guys you're betting on are like really coming down the stretch.
Yeah,
It was fun. It was a fun tournament.
but it was very intense. From what I was like keeping up with on Google, the live Masters board it looked to be very intense.
It was, yeah.
A lot of 2 well-known golfers withdrew from injury.
Tiger
And Zalatoris
Zalatoris, yeah. Zalatoris withdrew before he even started.
before he started. Yeah.
And then Kevin Na withdrew on the first day after 9 holes. He shot 4 over and withdrew for an illness, which he did look like sickly.
He did.
But yeah,
He
'cause I saw
did.
like a video of him like walking up to a green, and he was just like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
I've played that
looks
card.
ill.
I've played that card in elementary school before.
Also, yeah, it's like he was at the time shooting. I don't remember what he shot in the last hole, but it was shooting about 4 over at that point. So maybe he was like, not feeling it. Just gonna fake an illness. Go.
Yeah,
Let's go back
that's-
to the clubhouse, have some cocktails.
Yeah, that's exactly. But
But it was fun. No, it was fun.
do you have any Masters bets, Will?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I was all about my Quinnipiac future and haven't really paid attention to really anything else.
You're still riding that high. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I'm gonna pull up some lines for this week's tournament. Let me see.
Which tournament?
The RBC Heritage, the golf tournament.
Did you say Arby's?
RBC.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
thought
what
you
that
meant like
stands
the
for.
restaurant.
No, this isn't live.
The
I was
roast
like
beef golf
Arby's,
tournament.
the roast beef golf.
I wish, man. That'd be hilarious. Let's see. I need to find where the winner was because Spieth won it
He's plus
last year. He's
2,000.
plus 2,000. But I want to see what he is for like top 10.
Hole 5 is brought to you by the Big Beef and Cheddar.
I'd watch the shit out of that.
What if like
Spieth
there's
top
a-
10 is plus 210. I'm gonna take that
okay?
because he won it last year. He was playing really well the last couple days of the Masters.
What
so-
if there was like a golf tournament like that was sponsored by like Arby's or let's just say like some like finger food like Buffalo Wild Wings, where you had to eat like 5 wings after every hole.
every hole?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be rough.
It's 5 times 18.
Someone guess and I'll do it.
Hold on.
Um,
Shit.
That's got to be like
No. 50?
that,
No.
No.
no, that's
6.
No.
God, why can't I do
90.
math? 90.
You have to eat 90,
Oh yeah, 90. Because you carry the
90
4.
chicken wings.
Yeah.
Also, it's a tournament, so you have to eat 90 chicken wings every day.
That's too much.
Yeah. I would draw after day
What
one.
if it, okay?
honestly.
What if it's like the RBC presented by Hot Ones, where like after every hole
you eat
you eat an increasingly hotter chicken wing?
I'd watch
for a sport that's really based around your mental game.
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
That'd be tough.
yeah, that could come down to show who
We should start
is-
our own golf league.
I think we should
Call up the Saudis. See, like, hey, got this great
call
idea.
up Sean Evans, dude. Hey, do you want to sponsor a golf tournament?
Yeah,
good
I would
idea.
love to sponsor this golf tournament.
I think it's a
Spot
good
on,
idea.
Sean Evans impression.
I think it's a pretty
Tiger,
good idea.
what's your top 5 clubs?
I don't know. Would that be seriously something you guys would watch, like a Hot Ones like golf tournament?
I mean, I don't know if I would take it seriously, but I'd watch it.
If you could bet on it,
yeah.
If I could put money on anything, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
okay. Well, that
Fuck.
settles that.
Flashback to
Raptors are up 8 at the half.
Uh oh.
I was gonna say flashback to when me and
Sorry.
Chris were doing research on the Puppy Bowl. In the days where we used an
Before-
unnamed sports book that wasn't legal.
This is before gambling was legal.
No, it was
State.
legal. It was legal here. They just
Yeah.
didn't have a means to set it up
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
And,
So technically, you guys weren't doing anything illegal.
yeah. But it was we were looking at Super Bowl bets that like these like offshore betting accounts, like you can bet on literally anything.
Mhm.
It's not like, these other like, more than, local, but, like national sports books where, you can bet on, if this guy's going to get this many receptions or, will a fullback score, something like that, or like the putt within the 5. This is like, how many times will Donald Trump tweet about this? That kind of dates when we were looking at it, but it was like, will Ben Affleck be shown at any point? And it's like, these bets are crazy. And then
was that when J-Lo
J-Lo,
was?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then like under that was Lions for the Puppy Bowl.
They're like, well, we got chicken out.
Yeah. And then we checked it out for like
A long time.
10 or 15 minutes.
And then we're like,
What are we doing? We're
we
not
got
going
to the
watch
point
this.
where it was like, all right, let's bet on some of these dogs. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know.
They're just kids.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Yeah. I was like, I don't feel right about this.
They're literal children.
We were like, man, there's this German Shepherd puppy. German Shepherds are big. He's a shoo-in to get MVP. Most
I've never
valuable
watched
puppy.
never watched a puppy bowl. Like I've seen it like on TV. Like, oh, that's nice. I'm gonna change the channel.
Yeah.
I've never like sat down and be like, what are the qualifications to be?
I
named?
would just like to go on record that I was not a part of this.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
I'm not proud of it.
I think it's a funny story.
It is.
So you said the Raptors were up by 8.
They're by 9, or actually they're up by. Hold on, I think I did my math wrong.
What do you have,
Me?
y'all?
I have Raptors minus
I have
6.
Bulls plus 6.
They're up by 11. Excuse me, 58-47.
50 Okay. How much time's left?
Halftime.
Halftime. Okay. So that's a good segue into the NBA playoffs, I would say.
Yes.
Let's just go around the table. Who do you have winning the NBA championship?
Oh God.
You don't have to.
Thought about that.
You don't have to
I just
bet
want
it.
to pull up the lines real quick.
Okay, that's fine.
I think this would be a fun conversation.
I placed a future back in March
On who?
on the Boston Celtics
Okay.
What?
at plus 335, I believe.
That's pretty good.
It's in the 300 range. They were playing the Bucks the day I placed it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's essentially what it's probably going to come down to is between
Coming out of the East.
coming out of the East. I'm sorry.
Sixers could give them a run, but I don't have faith in them
If we've learned anything about Philly sports teams in the past
Yeah,
years.
to not believe
in the
Yeah.
East in the East Finals, it more than likely will come down to the Bucks and the Celtics in the finals.
Yeah.
In the East. Celtics just ran a train on them that game. And
They're
I
at-
immediately placed a bet.
They're at 310 right now.
310?
Honestly, that might be my pick. Because I
I
don't.
think they won that game by 30.
I think I know which game you're talking about. Yeah.
It was in like the middle of March or something. Or like beginning of March, I believe.
This is weird. So the Lakers currently have better odds than the Grizzlies to win the title.
Yeah, I don't really.
Even
think that's
though
weird.
That's like an NBA.
But the Grizzlies are favored to win that series.
Yeah. I understand.
Riddle me that.
That's like an NBA rigged type thing.
Well, the NBA is rigged, but
It's the LeBron factor.
yeah, but like, then why aren't they favored in the series? Then? That's just weird. Anyway, Bucks are 265. They're the favorites. Celtics 310. Suns 425. 76ers 950. Warriors 950. Nuggets 1100. The Celtics are the only one. I
As
think.
much as I would love the Nuggets to come out of the West, like just because like they have been like a very dominant team over the past 5 years
Mm-hmm.
or so,
Yeah.
and they haven't done anything with it. Like it would be great for a team like that to come out of the West and get to the NBA Finals. They're just not going to do it.
The Warriors at 950. That'd probably be my bet.
That's. I mean, it's the Warriors.
For a team that can just turn it on whenever they want, especially they play the Kings in the first round. I love the Kings. They're going to win that series. I like that a lot, honestly. I think they're the most complete team in the West. I do not believe in the Nuggets whatsoever. They might lose that first. They won't, but they could. They choke.
The
all the
Warriors?
No, the Nuggets.
Oh, the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are they playing?
It's yet to be determined. They play the
They'll
winner,
either play the
Timberwolves or
Wolves or the loser of the Pelicans and Thunder.
they play. Yeah, the
tonight.
Timberwolves play the winner, or the loser of Pelicans Thunder.
And then that game will determine who the Warriors
Who
will
wins?
play.
The
No,
Nuggets.
the Nuggets will.
Whoever wins
Excuse
that
me.
plays the Nuggets.
It's playing is
The
stupid.
play-in tournament
I
is so
hate the
dumb.
play-in tournament. It's
so
so
dumb.
fucking stupid.
Did you watch that the Laker game last night?
No.
It
I was playing hockey.
sucked. That game sucked. That third or the fourth quarter especially. I mean, God, there were like 3 possessions in a row where each team just threw the ball out of bounds.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves didn't make a shot the last like 6 minutes of the game.
It was like a who wants to lose this game?
It kind of felt like a little bit like it was like, okay, Adam Silver called in. It's like, hey, the Lakers are losing. Like, let's fix this shit. They have to win. But then it was also like the I keep saying Warriors now. The Timberwolves just couldn't make a shot. Like they were wide open and they just couldn't make a shot. So it's like, okay, maybe they're just that bad.
Yeah, I mean, if we've learned anything from Minnesota sports teams, it's to not believe in them at all.
I mean, that's fair.
Yep.
I think the Warriors are plus 950. That's just
the best value play.
yeah. That's for a team that can just turn it on.
I mean,
I'll
I
probably
honestly
throw a
wouldn't be
little bit on that.
surprised if we get a repeat of last year's NBA Finals.
For sure.
Warriors, Celtics.
I guess.
I really
I-
would not be surprised with the way that the NBA is run and everything that goes into it. I would not
Wouldn't
even
shock me.
blink an eye at if you transported me into third week of May,
Mhm.
and then I saw that the Warriors and the Celtics are playing the NBA Finals. I'd be like, well, that makes sense.
I think it's honestly like I know people have been saying the West is wide open, which it is, but I think the Warriors are just by far the most complete team. I don't believe in the Suns, and the Warriors play the Suns.
Yeah, I mean the
No,
Suns.
That's not right. The Suns play the Clippers.
Yeah, the Suns play the Clippers. It's just it's tough to believe in like the super team, you know, three whatever.
And it's also Chris Paul,
Yeah,
who just doesn't do well in the playoffs
yeah,
through his fault or his team's fault. He just doesn't.
yeah. It's
My favorite tweet is that Chris Paul, after they played the Bucks in the finals, he's like, I'm addicted to playing in the finals. And every year it's like, shout out Chris Paul for being 2 years clean.
That's pretty good. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the Suns could make a run. You know,
I think they.
It's- when on paper you put like Chris Paul and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, it on paper it's like this team should make a run.
Mhm.
But that's not really how it happens anymore.
Yeah, I'll probably put actually, I definitely will. I'm gonna put a future on the Warriors.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I mean, I don't. It's whatever. I don't like.
So y'all two are on the Warriors.
Yeah,
I guess so. I really like the Bucks too. I
I
mean,
like the Bucks, but I just don't like taking chalk.
yeah, it's if it wins and it's like, yeah, great, I won, but I don't know.
This is the man who just cashed a future.
Yeah.
but
like,
they weren't
they
the
were-
favorite though.
They weren't the favorite though.
They're only
but
plus
like-
210, so it's like a plus 210, and like you're waiting like a whole like
Yeah.
there are like money lines that are plus 210.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to wait a whole like especially the NBA playoffs like 2 months
Mhm.
to catch a plus 210. Like I want to go a little value shopping.
Yeah,
I guess, but I mean,
I mean, at the end of the day, I would never be mad that I won.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, of course.
It's about the ride. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's about the like round 1 to the game 7 if it gets there. Like it's about
no, I
the
get
ride.
that. I get that. I think the Warriors are better.
Yeah,
Like they can just they're just like the regular season doesn't matter. Let's just get to the playoffs and okay, let's just play fuck you ball.
Mhm.
Even though I am going to take Kings money line in game 1 because that place is going to be rocking. First playoff game in 20-something years, 26 years.
that could be awesome.
Yeah, and that's not 26 years, 20-something years.
Yeah. I did hear that like the Celtics are like kind of injured.
Jalen Brown did something to his hand.
He like cut his hand open like a jar or something.
He's picking up a vase, which that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, he was probably opening a jar of pickles and
Yeah, he's too strong.
I think like something happened, something like weird happened, like
Yeah.
picking up a vase. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
It's not hard to pick up like.
A cylindrical item.
Well, I assume it was. I think it was like a broken vase, but like it's not hard to just like. I'm gonna try not to cut myself here.
I also like don't get okay, granted, I'm not a professional athlete at all. I will say that.
None of us are.
But I do play sports.
Mhm.
And if I'm like injured, it takes me like a week to play.
Mhm.
Why the hell has Zion Williamson only played 29 games?
I don't know what's going on. With
I don't like. I mean, like just like stuff like that. Like I know he has like a hamstring injury right now that could take like 3 to 4 months to heal. What did
They're
he
just
do?
Not, they're not.
Did
wanting
he
to-
just like completely tear it off of his like muscle?
Well, they're also
like-
saying he came out recently. It was like, I'm physically good.
Yeah, I
So
also
it's
saw
like-
that, and it's just like, and
so
then
the
I saw a
team's just
thing.
like, nah, you're good.
It's
They
just like
play
I don't,
tonight.
I don't get it. Why does it take like athletes so much longer to recover from injury? And like, I'm older than most of these
Than Zion,
athletes that are
yeah.
playing. I really don't.
I guess
get
they
it.
just
I
want
really
to make,
like,
with him, with Zion specifically. I think they just want to make sure because they are investing in him for
right, but like,
the entirety of his career. They don't want to like rush him back and he fuck up his hamstring, and that's like.
I mean,
gonna-
God damn, he's been in the league.
Oh,
for,
I know
what,
it's
4
ridiculous.
years
He's played
now?
like 20 games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
2019.
I don't put it.
2019, right? He was drafted first overall.
Yeah,
Correct?
I don't know.
2019?
So
I don't
think,
remember
I
the year.
believe so. I don't know. I don't know if it's entirely on him.
4 years.
Yeah.
29 games.
I don't know if that's entirely on him though, because I remember I think it was last year, he was hurt, and then like the Pelicans were like, well, we don't want to like rush him or anything, and the video came out of him throwing down like tomahawk dunks in practice. So it's like, okay, he's fine. You're just I think it's partially on the team as well. Like yes, he does keep getting hurt, but I think it's partially on the team not wanting to rush him back, and I
Yeah.
think I get that, but I think they're being a little candy
I-
ass about it.
Yeah, like, I mean, but like, God,
he's just
if you
injury
cut your-
prone.
if you just like, but also like, if you just cut your hand, wrap it up. You can still play.
I think that's also
Like,
with that if they were
one
playing
of your
like
best players.
if they were playing like a series like they could beat the Hawks without Jalen Brown and probably without Jason Tatum. The Hawks are
Yeah.
they're not good.
Yeah.
I know they just demoralized the Heat, but they're not good. They could beat them without they can definitely beat them without Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of like
That's
if, they,
true.
if they're going into the conference finals, they'd be like, yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's just fucking play.
I don't know. This
But-
I'm like I said, not a professional athlete. I don't know like all the ins and outs of the league
Mhm.
and everything. But when I play my games, I want to be out there whenever I can, whether I'm like 100% or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mhm.
shouldn't
Got that
like,
dog in you.
all athletes
Theoretically.
have that like idea like in their head? Like I know that increases your chances of getting more hurt,
Mhm.
but
No, I get that.
I don't know. I just struggle with like stuff like that. Like that's the stuff like I don't get at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Zion's just had
play.
injury issues. I mean, even kind of going back to college. So I think they're just not wanting to. Which it's kind of
And
getting to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, you don't want to rush him,
And it
but also it's year. We're kind of up on year 5. Like he's gotta play.
yeah. It also comes to the sense of like, do you want to play? Like, especially with like a player like Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is.
Do you want? Do
He
you
does not.
want to play?
No, Ben Simmons does not want to play basketball.
Do you like?
As ridiculous as that sounds, he doesn't care about basketball.
That's ridiculous.
He's also getting paid several millions of dollars. So I think that probably has something to do with
Yeah.
like if I could get like $50 million to sit on my ass, I'd be like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
don't
get
know,
it.
dude.
I mean Ben Simmons is the definition of candy ass and
Yeah.
mental midget or whatever you want to
I
call
mean,
him.
I know money talks, and if I was waved like millions of dollars in my face to, like,
To be
just say,
hurt.
just be like, oh, I'm hurt. Yeah, I might do it, but also like, that is like my job.
Yeah.
That's what I get paid to do.
I mean-
that's like whether I can like. That just irks me so much.
Zion and Ben Simmons are two. I think those are two very different things. Zion wants to play.
Sure.
The teams just handle him different. Ben Simmons doesn't want to play basketball. He's done.
Those are two very different scenarios, but they are in the same like.
Oh,
kinda
the same
topic.
like frame of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get.
There are two different ideals
Mhm.
of playing while you're injured.
Yeah.
And I don't get either side. I really don't. And I only really feel like it's like that in the NBA.
The players run the league.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like that's it.
And
They can do whatever they want. And it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, on one hand, it's like you should have a little bit more control in like how your career goes, but at the same time, it's like you signed a contract to play for this team, and now you are requesting a trade because you don't want to be on the team, but you signed a
Zach
contract.
LaVine signed a supermax and wanted a trade this year.
Yeah,
Didn't
and
get
like,
it, but
you know,
still.
James Harden.
James Harden's actually very good though.
Yeah. I don't think James Harden's going to win a championship. It's tough to see, you know.
He's never missed the playoffs. That's wild to think.
All right, moving on from the NBA, the NHL playoffs are about to kick off. There's still a couple more games to go. We know the teams in the West. We don't know the seeding exactly. Probably either Vegas or Edmonton will probably get the 1 seed. Really just comes down to the next game because they have 1 game left. And the Avalanche and the Stars have 2 games left, and the Wild has 1. Unfortunately, our beloved Predators didn't make the playoffs. You know, on one hand, it's like this kind of sucks because, you know, this AHL roster of these young dudes that we got, you know, they've been playing their nuts off, but, you know, all for naught. But at the same time, it's like we didn't really expect them to do this. So, I don't know. Future's looking bright. You know, it sucks, but I don't know, it's kind of bittersweet.
yeah, it's pretty bittersweet. What'd you say about Minnesota? Just about in the NBA, like they can't.
They just lose.
They just
Yeah.
lose.
They can't get
Yeah,
it
they
done
lose.
when
Can't
it
get it
matters.
done when it matters.
Yeah.
They can't get it done when it matters.
I mean, that's-
Like they played the Jets last night, just got their asses handed
Yeah.
to them by
Yeah.
the Jets. Bunch of bums.
That was rough.
Yeah, Minnesota essentially held the fate of the Preds in their hands and just shat all
They
over
didn't-
it.
They didn't
Yeah.
care.
Literally just shat all over it. But
Yep.
I would have loved for the Preds to make the playoffs this year.
Mhm.
Just get those young guys that playoff experience. Whether you get swept or bounced in round 1, I don't think it really mattered.
Mhm.
But to know the like playoff atmosphere, kind of important. So, but I did place a future for what you said weeks ago for the Edmonton Oilers to win the Stanley Cup.
Let's go.
I think it makes the most sense. Connor McDavid, 150 points and counting.
Yeah.
First player since 2002.
I thought it was like 95, 96.
Yeah, even better. First player in God,
Long time.
3 decades
Yeah.
almost to score 150 points in a single season. And I've said this before, but the Oilers are a Porsche parked in a trailer park.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
But McDavid will get a cup. eventually.
Yeah.
He will get a cup. And I think it's a smart bet every year if you just place a future on the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup.
For
As
sure.
long as they have Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
As long as whatever team Connor McDavid is on.
Yeah.
You just place a future at the
gonna
beginning of the
happen
season.
eventually.
It's going to happen eventually.
Mhm.
You might go down a few units, but it'll make up by the time he actually gets it.
Does
For sure.
It's a ROI.
it.
The number one thing that the Oilers need in order to make a run
It's a goaltender.
is goaltending. If they can get that, they're cruising.
They
Like,
got to get hot. Like
They have
what,
3 players that have over 100 points.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Makes me so mad.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Connor McDavid scoring 60 goals. That's over 60 goals.
Stupid. Stupid.
It's crazy. So you can tell that.
How
they
many
want
hearts is he gonna have after this?
it.
3.
3.
So I mean, he's a slam dunk for the MVP, the Hart Trophy.
Slam dunk for Rocket Award.
Not even close.
Yeah, not even close.
I mean, that's our pick. But I think that you mentioned Minnesota. I think that they're probably going to end up playing the Stars,
Most likely.
most likely, and the Stars are going to kill them.
Yeah.
That's just what I think.
Yeah,
It's
probably. Stars are good.
yeah, they're good. They're a good team. I mean, it's
Stars have 2 40-goal scorers, I think.
I believe so. I know that's Pavelski,
Who's the
Pavelski
other
and
one?
Sagan.
Robertson.
Yeah. They have
Yeah.
Robertson. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're just a great team, top to bottom. They're just solid, And Minnesota is like they're kind of overachieving for what they're at.
I still think they have some building to do,
Mm-mm. They're covered.
For sure.
but as long as they can keep like their core, like Kaprizov and basically just him at this point.
And Boldy.
Yeah, I'm Boldy. But as long as they keep those guys and build around them, I feel like they could win the division eventually.
Mm-mm.
But I don't know. As long as the Avs have Cale Makar, it's going to be hard.
Which
And
I've-
it's not just Makar. It's Nathan McKinnon,
It's their whole
Gabriel
damn
Landeskog,
team.
and the whole damn team. But
But I do think that Makar is hurt. I
is
think
he?
he's injured, and
Mm.
I don't know if Landeskog is going to come back. I think he's had like
He's been out for a long time.
Yeah.
hasn't
he had a gruesome injury. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but he's been out for a
Well,
while. So
They still have McKinnon and Rantanen, so they'll be.
They're still really good.
They're still
yeah,
really
they're
good.
still really good.
But yeah, it is a fight right now for the top seed in the Central Division, but I'm kind of hoping the Oilers get the top seed in the West.
Yeah.
and they
but-
play
Then they'll play Winnipeg,
Winnipeg, and that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's like a
Canadian.
Canadian series.
That'd be cool.
The Oilers would just dust.
Oh yeah, they would just dust them.
Just get
That would probably be a 5-game series.
yeah.
What do you
I
think
could see
that
being
Stars Wild series? What do you think that would be?
I
Game
think
wise.
probably Stars in like
5,
6.
6.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
that's
6.
fair. Yeah, Stars and
So I was thinking
Stars
about
and
betting
6.
that. Maybe Stars in 5 or 6.
I don't really see a lot of upsets in the West, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Who's the Kraken gonna play?
They'll play either the Knights. No. Well,
Might play
depending, they'll play the Central Division winner,
Oh, okay.
so
No.
more than likely it'll be the Avalanche.
the Avalanche.
Ooh, okay.
And the Kraken have kind of been like on a slide. I think
They're
Beniers has been hurt.
They're frisky.
they're kind of shifty.
Yeah. They are shifty.
I could kind of see them.
Making a little.
Well, second year of existence, first year in the playoffs. I could see them winning a series. Just
Interesting.
just kind of
Interesting.
just kind of like just a dog, you
Mhm.
know, just like 7 seed, just kind of
If you had to
grinding,
pick an upset.
grinding all year.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I could see them being a pretty big upset.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I could actually see that.
Who in the East beats Boston? Because
Nobody.
really,
Yeah, nobody.
President's Trophy winner never wins it though.
I don't care.
Like I know
I
they're
really,
fucking wagon.
Dude, the East kind of sucks.
Yeah,
The East is not as competitive as the West.
for sure. I'm trying to think.
Columbus
of the teams.
swept Tampa a few years ago.
Yeah,
That was
Some
wild.
shit is wild shit happens. So I didn't know if there was like one team like, hey, these guys.
I gotta think about these teams in the East. I mean,
maybe if they get that far, maybe the Devils could. Maybe the Devils could
Wow.
give them get them to 7, maybe.
maybe.
But that would be like in like the Eastern Conference Finals if they make it that far.
Yeah, that'd be a tough road.
So
It's just like the Bruins are, they're like one of the best teams
Ever.
that we've seen ever.
statistically, they
Oh,
are
yeah,
the best
yeah.
team
Yeah.
to ever exist.
Yeah.
Yes. Regular season.
So it's like it's tough to gauge what a possibility for them to lose.
Gotcha.
So it's I mean I think it'd be tight if they lost to the Oilers in this Cup final.
That'd be wild.
That'd be wild. That's tough because they just play such great team defense.
What'd you have?
I've got Stars 60-minute line
Oh,
at
yeah.
plus 100. They're up 4-2 over the Blues at the middle of the second period. But there is currently still one playoff spot open. Uno spot
In
the East.
Oh, that's
Okay.
between like the Islanders and the Penguins, right?
Yep.
So the Pens were like plus like 500 or something to make it.
Yeah.
That was
If
like
the-
earlier
if
today,
the
I think.
Islanders win in regulation or get to overtime at all, they will make the playoffs.
So if they
Who are
get a point,
playing?
If they get a point,
Who are they playing?
they are playing the Montreal Canadiens.
Oh. Okay.
yeah, should
If-
be
But they're up 3-2
New York
in
is.
the second.
New York is.
At the end of the second, yep. I saw an interesting stat today that the Canadians are 10-3 in their last 13 in New York
Like the state of New York or against the Islanders?
against the Islanders.
Okay. Wow.
Against the Islanders, yeah.
Interesting.
So I didn't bet it because it was
Not
was
worth the trouble.
not worth the trouble. But yeah, I have a guy on my hockey team that is currently at this game. He flew to New York to be at this game.
Damn.
It's their last regular season game.
Yeah.
Also, this is their 82nd game. So yeah. So yeah. Also, the West is all messed up.
Mhm.
They're 2 games behind. Thanks, Preds.
Yep.
The famous
Damn
Black
pipes.
Friday flood.
yeah. Well, we've been going over quite a bit, so I think we're gonna cut it off there. We'll probably talk a little bit more about the NHL next week, just
We
because
actually know what's
Teams will
happening.
be set.
yeah,
Matchups will be set. Odds will be out.
yeah.
Um,
They might have played a few games by then. Maybe not a few, but maybe 1 or 2.
are we sure?
No, I'm not sure at all.
Because the regular season ends Friday.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
The playoffs might start Tuesday, actually.
Okay. Okay.
So
We'll take a closer look at that later. But right now, before we close out, I'm going to throw it to Mr. XFL.
Still Mr. XFL.
You always be Mr.
Always.
XFL.
All right. Got to shake off the monstrosity that was a losing week last week. Ugh, still pains me to say it. But
It's okay.
4 games, 4 winners. What better way to bounce back than sweep the board? Started off, Vegas Vipers, Houston Roughnecks. Roughnecks favored by 6.5, over under 43.5. Roughnecks can't cover just at all lately. I don't know what it is. They just can't. Give me the Vipers plus 6.5. It's too big a spread. Guardians, Brahmas, second game on Saturday. Brahmas favored by 1.5, over under 39.5. I wrote them last week. They hurt me. Give me the Guardians again. Give me money line. Screw it. Plus 100. The Brahmas are good. Their offense sucks. They're far and away the worst offense in the league. Guardians' offense is actually really good. Should be interesting to see, but I think Guardians can win this game. I do not like the Brahmas at all. Next game, Renegades. You good? Renegades, Defenders. Defenders favored by 8.5, over under 41.5. Give me under 41.5. These Renegades games just stay under. I think I saw like their average score, like combined score in the year is like 28. That's like for like combine both teams in a game is like 28.
Like their average?
The average score of their games is 28. Yeah, for both teams. That's insane.
That's
So
right.
give me under 41.5. Defenders games always go over, but the Renegades are cheeks. And then close it out with game of the week. Sea Dragons visiting the Battlehawks. Battlehawks are rolling right now. They just won first ever XFL, I guess, 3.0 overtime game. Screw it. Sea Dragons money line again. Give me another dog. Minus 105. They're just better. I think they're just better. I think the Battlehawks are very good. This game will be fun. I just think Sea Dragons will edge it out. Just keep it simple this week. Four,
All right.
4 bets, 4-0. No pageantry this week. Gotta get back to the basics. Gotta win some bets.
Not
love
messing
it.
around.
No messing around.
Were you messing around last week?
I didn't really mess around,
But you found out.
maybe there. Yeah. Yes.
But you found out.
But no, it was good. It was good. It was a character loss.
Yep.
So
You needed it.
we bounced back this week.
Mhm.
Going into the playoffs coming up in a couple weeks.
Hell yeah.
Pretty pumped.
Can't
Could
wait
be
to see
exciting.
might
Mr. XFL playoff mode.
place a couple futures. We'll see.
Okay.
Mm.
We'll get those as soon as we have those.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they
And then,
exist.
USFL starts this week.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy. Are you going to become Mr.
We'll see.
USFL?
We'll see. Not ruling it out.
Chris is just a football guy.
Yeah. Not ruling. I don't like it. I watched it last year. It was terrible. But we'll see.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us this week. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're listening, check out the YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube, listen to the podcast, the audio only. That'd be great.
Play both at the same time.
Yeah.
Some said that
Sync
opens
it
up
up.
like a time warp.
Yeah.
It's like you're on DMT.
It's like when you put like bacon bits on top of bacon.
Ooh. Getting dangerous.
Yeah. So follow us on Twitter. We're posting pics every day.
Damn straight.
At least Chris is.
Baseball.
And yeah, he's balls deep in baseball right now. And we're rocking.
Conceptually.
So we're gonna see you next week, and Sean is gonna tell us the promo code.
Promo code, as always, is Money3, MONEY3. When you use the code Money3 on the Action 24/7 Sportsbook, you will receive a $250 risk-free bet on your first bet. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. We'll see you next week.
That's right. We'll see you next week. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money.
Woo!